Pink ladies, T-Birds, just happen to be watchers of my shit. My name is Jimmi Pynk. And did this bitch really sit down with a knife and fork like she was having a motherfucking 5-star culinary masterpiece?
Welcome to my nightmare, despite there is no moral to the story. There is no glory, it's gory. I got a war looking for me.
That was a lame-ass tongue pop, but you will excuse me. I have been at work all day, and I had to come home, throw on a quick geesh, and get ready to do this review for y'all. So for those of y'all that didn't read the thumbnail when you clicked on, this is Dragula season 10. Season 10. God damn, I'm tired, y'all. Episode 2, season 2, episode 4 of the Boulay Brothers presents Dragula. And this was a good episode. I want to keep getting in geesh, but I promise y'all, the next time I have to work, unless it's my last day off and I ain't got to go back, y'all can't see me in geesh when I got to be at work. But I think this season might almost be over by then. So, anyway, no time to waste. Let's get into this geesh. So, let's start with the opening. And I love this because our whole episode this week was themed sci-fi. Now, my Pink ladies and T-Birds might know this. I do, as they say on Party Down, if anybody ever watched Party Down, I do horror sci-fi. I don't do fantasy. I don't do fucking Harry Potter and the motherfuckers with this on their motherfucking feet. The Hobbits, them motherfuckers, Lord of the Rings. I don't do Game of Thrones. I don't do fantasy. I do horror sci-fi. So I was living when the intro was the Boulay Brothers in this, like, you know, what is this, Planet 9 from outer space, and like it was giving me all like the old black and white what's the shit, you know, like all the old serials, even like a little bit of Twilight Zone. They took them helmets off, bitch, and I was living. I will say this, and I understand they are men, but the only thing I don't like about this paint, it was very alien, but they looked like men today. Sorry about it, at least this part. But anyway, so when I see them all painted, I'm like, oh, are we doing sea creatures? I'm kind of already going to be dressed for that because I already have my geesh picked out. And I was like, oh, they doing sea creatures again? Okay. But that's not what they were doing. It is sci-fi. So the challenge is get dressed up for sci-fi. And then the second part of the challenge is you have to have a baby based on your look. Go into labor. Make it Dragula. I need the filth, the horror, the glamour. Let's get it. So I'm like super stoked for this episode. So let's go ahead and get into the boudoir section. So Dolly and James. Dolly was just like not feeling James at all this episode. And I feel her because James is grating. Okay? James is James' biggest fan. And as Dolly said, I wish I was as funny as James think he is. Like, I get that. Like, she is just a shady bitch. And I'm just going to keep it 100 with y'all. James, you nice. But you ain't that motherfucking cold to be dissing everybody else on there. Because there's some motherfuckers that's working with you on this goddamn show. But, you know, now she coming for bitch. Oh, you won last week, but that's because you had a strong team. It ain't what you did, girl. Your outfit looked cheap. Now, I gotta agree with James, but I also gotta agree with bitch. So I'm like on both sides of this, because as y'all may remember, the Pink ladies and T-Birds were tuned in last week. I was like, they was living for bitch pudding look, and I wasn't. I was not living for that. However, when they said 80s glam rock, and she was like, but it looked cheap. And she was like, what about 80s glam rock was expensive? And I'm like, true that, number one. Number two, James, bitch, you had on lingerie last week. Let's not go there. Let's not go there. Because I know my critique of you last week is like, you sold the garment. But let's not make like that garment was cold. You had on some panties, a bra, and a garter belt and some ripped up motherfucking stockings and a dreadlock wig. Let's not get it motherfucking twisted, bitch. You wasn't doing that much last week. Your performance sold the motherfucking garment. Let's not get it twisted. Then I love everything about Erica Clash. Erica Clash I'm still Team Victoria. And we gonna get into that. But bitch, I said last week, I really liked Erica Clash, but I didn't think she had what it take to go all the way. Oh, but baby, I believe, oh, look at that shit. I believe she do now. I believe she got what it take because she fighting. She a fighter. And I'm here for it. She remind me of, like I said, hate to compare drag shows, but they're the only two drag shows, so we are. She was giving me that good Chi-Chi DeVang. That good, oh, you can keep putting me in the bottom and you can keep saying I'm not like the other girls or I'm not as good as the other girls. And you can keep saying that, bitch, but I'm a fight. You see what Chi-Chi DeVang is doing right now. So, you know, IJS. I think Erica Clash can make it to the final 3 at this point. But I just love how she's like just so positive. She mediates shit. She like, y'all, this is some petty bullshit. I'm in the middle because y'all talk to most of me about this. We gonna squash this. Because the competition is getting thick. Bring your A game, bitches, and don't be on this petty shit. And she mediated it, and I'm like, I just love her personality. I love her aesthetic, because again, anime girl. We gonna get into the looks. Dolly and Victoria both did purple, and like they was talking about, oh, they're besties now because they had on purple, and I said it, and both of their makeups was killing. Them two's makeup was killing. Everybody else's makeup, the motherfucking came out tonight. So don't even try it, bitch. I like James. James, for real. You can go home. We'll get into that. Let's get into it right now. Oh no! Before we do that, I gotta get into this because I feel your pain, and sometimes we as I know some, not y'all, some of y'all, but we as straight people, even the ones that are LGBT friendly and advocates. We sometimes forget that y'all relationships is just like our relationships. We just sometimes forget it. It's just not what we're used to if we're not in those type of relationships ourselves. But when Abora was talking about like her no good ass boyfriend who kept bringing up the fact that bitch made out with her, but this was like performance based and all this stuff, and he like, now he going through it and we broke up because I followed my dreams. Don't you ever feel bad for following your dreams. If the motherfucker couldn't ride with you, he was the wrong motherfucker anyway, and fuck him. And that's on everything I love. Like Abora is gonna watch this, but that's for any of y'all. If y'all in the situation, myself included, and the motherfucker don't want to, follow your dreams and let you do what you gotta do, and they not supportive, fuck them. That's the wrong motherfucker then. Now on to the floor show. So the Boulets come out in this like, it was giving me Barbarella, Vampira, fucking fantasy, and I was living for it. I was like, yes, bitch, like this, yes, this is everything with the one leg out and the one arm out, giving me a little bit of motherfucking, what's the bitch? Vanity, Apollonia, 6 T's with the, I'm like, they was just giving me everything I needed, and then like the drip of blood coming down, I'm like, bitch, y'all are giving me everything I need right now. They was giving me everything I needed. And then the guest judges were Alassa and Heclina. I'm like, this episode is fucking everything. I'm so here for this. We got hard motherfucking sci-fi. We got legendary children as guest judges. Like, everything. Bitch, it's everything. So now, because of course, let's start with Dolly. And I said that, and she's the first person that I've seen that I thought they was doing sea monsters. Because that's what I saw was sea creature. Now, with that being said, she looked, to me, head to toe, the best out of everybody. She really did. However, it was too pretty to be Creature from the Black Lagoon. Because at first I was like, well, this ain't even sci-fi. And I was like, well, Creature from the Black Lagoon, like, that's sci-fi, and like, yeah, I'll give you that. But it was just too pretty, and it was giving me more of mermaids. It was giving me fantasy and not sci-fi. There is a difference. When you dealing with dragons and mermaids and shit like that, that's fantasy. That's not sci-fi. I know the little movie section be saying sci-fi / fantasy, but they two different things. And she was giving me a little bit too much fantasy, not enough sci-fi. Abora. This is literally what I wrote y'all, a chicken? Is this like the fly, but as a chicken? This is a mess. A mess. And that is like literally what I wrote down. Again, it's kind of like I'm going with the same thing with the Rock Challenge. You get to do sci-fi. What in the green mile was you thinking doing a goddamn chicken? And then it wasn't even dope. Like a feather bodysuit and a lab coat. Like, was you a chicken that would be an experiment and all? Was this like the Island of Dr. Moreau? It wasn't telling enough story. I was like, oh, okay, disco chicken, extra greasy chicken again. Because you wasn't giving me enough of a story with your sci-fi look. And your performance was just you was a chicken. Erica, like I said, I'm here for Erica. Bitch! Y'all on the channel, y'all know how I feel about my motherfucking Sailor Senshi, baby. You know how I feel about my pretty soldier Sailor Moon. My goddamn logo is me as Sailor Moon. Come on. So this bitch came out, half motherfucking Sailor Moon, half robot. I'm like, bitch. And it was sci-fi, but they were saying it wasn't dirty and it wasn't filthy enough, and it wasn't. It was very cute. I would consider it sci-fi because it was an android, it was a robot. But it was her aesthetic, but she is just not being dark at all, and that's something that you're gonna have to be the next drag super monster. But I was living for it, and then they showed her do the split. I said, come on, drop to a split. Come on, Erica Clash. I can't wait to see you do some performance for real. I can't wait because I think you're going to slay. Bitch, listen, they was living for bitch pudding. And I was just like, again, you get sci-fi. And you're giving me, like, a 50s diner, but you an alien. Like, you was giving me, like, to me, that was like a skit you would do in high school. I'm like, she was serving and she was doing a great job as like the 50s diner waitress, but you can do sci-fi and all you did, you gave me Judy Jetson. You gave me something that would have been like on a TV show like that. Like, oh yeah, it's aliens that live here, but it's a humanoid alien, and she looks just like a regular woman, but she green. Okay, the outfit was like sci-fi colors because it was silver and like the acid green, and your skin was green. But it was a 50s waitress, and they was living for that. And I was like, no, that's not far enough. I liked it. She looked great. But that wasn't sci-fi to me. I'm like, that was a fucking cop-out, and y'all was living for it. Okay, Disasterina. Now, they was giving Disasterina shade because they was saying it was cheap looking. And it was. But for me, again, like how that intro was with like the spaceship that was like on the string, it was giving me very like 50s bad sci-fi, or it was giving me like Red Dwarf where they was like making fun of like the old school sci-fi before it was special effects. And the costumes used to be cheesy and cardboard. She was giving me, what's the movie Johnny Depp played the dude? Had to move with Bela Lugosi and he had to move the octopus himself. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Glenn or Glenda. Ed Wood. It was giving me Ed Wood realness, like that era of movies where it was just B-movie. And I was like, but that's what their costumes really looked like in the movies. So I was fine with that. What I didn't like was the bottom half. If you were going to do the tentacles, then you should have had a floor-length dress with the tentacles. So it looked like you actually had tentacles, not a dress with tentacles at the bottom of it. And then you still got regular legs and feet. But for it being cheap and like looking like a craft project, I got the reference because I was like, them old B movies, like Attack of the 50-Foot Woman and Attack of the Killer Tomatoes and them type of B movies, that's what them costumes look like. So I got it, the helmet and everything from like, I loved her from the waist up. And her comedy, I came to extract your ejaculate. I was dying. She was hilarious this week too. I was like, come on, Disasterina. Now, James, bitch, the makeup and the body paint was on point. She was giving me like this cyberpunk type of thing, and I was here for it. But the costume needed more polish. And to me, her delivery of her lines was corny to me. I'm sorry, like, looking at everybody else, I could see how she won when she was doing the delivery, the little way she was doing the punchlines when she did. Like, that was clever to do the CD-ROM where she was booting Dragula 2.0 and it was like in her crotch area, so she was like fucking herself with it, kinda. And I got that, but the upload me. I'm like, okay, see, now that's corny. That's corny. And also, when you gonna sell me something besides sex? I mean, this is Dragula, but when you gonna sell me something besides sex? I mean, really. Plus, you're annoying as fuck. So, there's that. And Victoria. I said, bitch, eat it up and crown it. Listen, I have to say when they did the critiques, I could definitely see where the Boulay brothers was coming from. Because hands down, as far as a challenge, to me, she won. But they were saying it wasn't drag enough. I'm like, this is a dude with titties and a pregnant belly. It was drag enough for me. Okay? And the realism of it, the veins going through it, the belly glowing. Like, and then when she did her delivery, and like the baby came out, she was making fucking alien noises. Like, instead of James making them little corny ass comments when she was having the baby, she was making like foreign alien noises. And then when the baby came out and she ate the baby, I'm like, bitch, I'm team Victoria Elizabeth Black all day, every day. I'm here for it, but I'm also team Erica Clash now too. But that was fucking everything. The prosthetic, bitch. Bitch, if you could do all that, I need you to go on, the motherfucking, what's the other show? Face Off. Bitch, you need to go on Face Off after this, because if you did all that yourself, bitch, you cold. But like I said, these is all my notes. I can't believe, I'm not mad James won, because once they said, like, she wasn't dragging up and they brought everything else out, I was like, yeah, they're okay. I get it. Like, you are very foreign and very alien, and you're clearly a female alien, but was it drag? Not really. I mean, you didn't even have on shoes, so, like, no heels. Like, there wasn't really a lot of drag about it. You was competing for Face Off instead of Dragula this week. But to me, she slayed. But I said James won. I'm not mad, but I needed that costume to just be better. And the bottom three was Abora, Dolly, and Erica. I already said that Dolly had the best look overall, but it just wasn't sci-fi. And then when they said it was an eating challenge, I said, oh Lord, and I had a flashback to them brains. But this was so much worse. So they had to eat tentacles, and the tentacles were still moving. They had some mystery meat with worms in it that was oozing shit. They had to drink pig feet and anchovies. I'm just like, oh, bitch. But this is when I was like, go in, Erica Clash. Come through, Erica. That bitch was giving me Vander Von Odd realness. Like, bitch, I'm staying. Facing the plate, just facing the plate, just tearing it up, gagging, holding down, threw up in the plate, licked the shit back up. I said, bitch, she can't go home. I said, she wants this. And in any competition, and we know this, again, not trying to compare, we know this with the Drag Race girls. There are people that are there because they want to win Drag Race, and there are girls there that want to raise their booking fees. Erica Clash wants this. On the other hand, Dolly, bitch, she just like, and right then, I knew for a fact that bitch was going home. I'm like, you ain't even into it like this. You ain't getting it in. You ain't getting it in. So that's it. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up because I am exhausted. I still got to edit this. And I'm sorry it's late. It'll be late next week too because I work on a Tuesday. But at least that's my last day off and it's not fucking Thanksgiving fucking weekend. So thank you so much for watching. If you are not subscribed to my channel, become a Pink Lady or T-Bird by clicking subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you know when the other Dragula reviews are up. Please, if you have money, any little bit helps to maintain the integrity and to continue to improve my channel. My Patreon, all my existing Patreons, I love y'all to death. All packages were sent out yesterday. So, or the rest of them were sent out yesterday. So now everybody's package is out. Keep in mind it is the holiday, so it may take a little while to get it, but they were all sent out. So y'all will be getting that. And check out another video. Now, of course, my goddamn computer and my TV decided to fucking time out on me, so now I gotta reboot all of that shit back up. So thank you so much for watching. Appreciate you the most. Deuces.
Clueless, and I'm clever with every letter. This